I'm not gonna
Hey,
lie.
Mr. Goat.
What
Hey, Mr. Goat. Say hello to your mother for me.
is that from The Wiz?
No, it's from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, I
It's
have
from
no idea.
Uncharted, actually.
Yeah, it's
That's
from
from
Uncharted.
Uncharted.
It's a direct quote.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty fucking exhausted right now. So, I guess speaking of Uncharted, you and Mike had both seen the movie. Dom, have you played the game?
I played Fortnite.
Fair,
Got
fair.
Nathan Drake in it. That counts. Those are the rules.
I mean, they did have treasure maps in it, and so you're halfway there.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, it's
mm-hmm.
basically it.
Do you know anything about? I guess do either of you know anything about Uncharted? I know Mike started playing the game a little bit.
So I know the backstory. He's a professor, and his father used to hunt treasure, and then he decides that he's going to go out and find the Holy Grail
No, that's
and
Tomb
the
Raider.
Ark of the
That's Tomb
Covenant.
Raider.
And, oh yeah, true.
So,
What is it with these archaeologist type characters or history thieving whatevers? They're always into it because of their parent or their sibling. No one's ever just interested in it because it's something they care about. And it's always like, yeah, my
was Nicolas
father would look
Cage
for this
in?
treasure.
Was Nicolas Cage in it because of his father too?
no, that was because
His dad was also a thing.
he was a big
His dad was also a thing.
Yeah, right.
he was a big United
Yeah,
States
it was
history buff.
who was his dad in that one? Was it Martin Sheen?
Sean Connery.
Wait, are we trying to make the leap that Nicolas Cage is on par with Indiana Jones, Lara Croft, and Nathan Drake?
He's got 3 movies and he's getting a TV show.
Is that what those movies
Yeah.
is about? I just assumed those movies were about him stealing the Declaration of Independence every time. Like that's what I just assumed those movies are about.
Every
there more
season
than
they
one?
put it back, and he's like, "I'm gonna take it again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Is it
fucking
more-
take
how
it
many
again,
movies are
guys."
there with how many American
I think
treasures?
there's 3 National Treasures, and I think
believe
they're
so.
making a Disney Plus TV show.
I've never seen any of them.
Yeah, neither have I.
I've heard that they're good, or like at least entertaining. I shouldn't say good.
I think
They're
I've
entertaining.
watched the first one. I think I saw it. It was on TV, and definitely saw like enough to see the.
I feel
plot.
like watching that movie is like watching a Roland Emmerich movie. It's like you're just gonna see the same fucking thing
I don't
every
even know
time.
what you just said.
Roland Emmerich, the guy who does like all the disaster film
disaster
movies.
movies.
Oh,
Like
at first
Independence
I was
Day.
trying to trying to like revisit the words you said in my
John
head.
Voight was the dad.
I thought you said Rowan Atkinson, but then like it didn't sound like you fully
Mr.
said
Bean?
that. Yeah, that's why I was like, doesn't sound like you said Mr. Bean, but I don't know what else he's saying right now.
Mr. Bean's goat.
So critics didn't like the National Treasure movies, but they've achieved cult status amongst audiences, and the thing that people had problems with, the critics had problems with, is that they compared it too much to Indiana Jones and Da Vinci Code.
Is Da Vinci Code also about an archaeologist? Apparently, I don't know anything.
It's
About
about cracking
It's
the
about
code.
It's about like historical treasures. Yeah.
Isn't Da Vinci Code about like how like religions are like all like started secret societies and everything too, or something like
I
that?
believe that the Da Vinci
first
Code
one
was
was.
him trying to find the Catholic Church's treasure.
Yes, yeah.
and they just never made more.
I think they did. They made a second one.
He wrote like 3
It
books,
was
didn't he?
It was a book. It was like Heaven or Heaven. And,
Angels and Demons. Angels and Demons.
They made that one.
That's what I
Yeah,
was thinking of.
I mean, I knew it was a book. I didn't know that this is what it was about.
I think
to
he
be
made
honest.
3. I think he made 3 books.
If you were to prior to you saying all this, if you were to ask me, Brendan, what do you think the Da Vinci Code is about? That's not where my head would have went. I don't know where it would have went, but it wouldn't have went there. That's not even close. So all that aside, I know you've played a little taste of Uncharted, Mike. I have no idea if this movie is supposed to follow the game's plots at all, or if it mixes the game's plots, or I have no idea. Todd might know, but
from what I've read on that movie, it kind of creates its own story and changes some things.
okay. So it's a retelling of Nathan Drake's story.
Yeah, it's like still following some story beats from the games, but I think it's doing its own thing at the same time as well.
Yeah, I mean, I can see them making more than one of these films, especially if they can.
I mean,
keep
if it's
Tom
just
Holland
cuts
on
off
board.
the weekend box office, it's going to do like 140
It's number
million.
one right now.
Yeah, and it's not in the States, like all over, but it's also opening in China too. It's like a lot of movies haven't opened in China from the States recently, so this one will probably do really well.
Yeah.
There's 5 Angels and Demons books, just so that
Jeez.
we've got that clarified. Also, I just had read a thing that as of yesterday, Uncharted was the 4th highest grossing.
Since the pandemic.
No,
Super
4th highest grossing video game
movie.
movie.
I mean, what's the competition?
Oh, I don't know if that's just opening weekend or if that's like, well, I mean, if it's 4th highest grossing and it's only been 2 days, then that's fairly
I think it's
impressive.
just opening
It's just
weekend
opening
because Sonic
weekend,
did very well.
Yeah.
Sonic
I was
did
gonna say,
very well,
don't worry,
and
the
Sonic was one of
GOAT
the things
Sonic
above it.
will fucking
Yeah,
take that over.
Sonic 2 is probably going to be the best-selling
They
video
already
game
greenlit
movie.
Sonic 3, so they must be pretty confident in this movie.
Yeah, but they also already
They're
fucking
making
agreed.
a Knuckles TV show, right?
Yeah, and they also already agreed on a fucking Halo season 2, and that show hasn't even started yet. That's just Paramount trying to bump up Paramount Plus's excitement. Like, that's all they're doing with that shit. I think Sonic 2 is probably going to blow out any records set by video game movies, but unless they show trailers or information about the Mario movie that just looks fucking bad, the Mario movie is gonna fucking do absolute gangbusters. Like that thing is gonna do incredibly well. Not to like poo-poo on any other video game movie. And again, I really think Sonic 2 is gonna blow Sonic 1's numbers out of the fucking water, because I think Sonic 1 had like a
When does Sonic 2 come out?
April, I think.
Oh yeah,
pretty
April.
soon.
It's April 8th. I'm curious to see if that lines up with people feeling more comfortable with going back, like bringing their kids back.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
It's like
planning
the
on bringing.
first big kids movie. Like
We're planning on bringing
back.
Liam to see it as long as everything's like
Yeah.
kind of okay. That's going to be the first
I mean,
movie he'll ever see.
the times that you guys went to see, I'm just assuming you've both seen Spider-Man more than once.
I've
Were
only
there
seen it once, I think.
I saw it twice.
were there
I may
kids
have
in
seen
the
it twice,
theaters?
I
I
can't
had to imagine there'd be kids in the theaters for Spider-Man.
Yes.
I believe
There were
so.
kids. There were definitely kids the first time we went to see it. I feel like I remember seeing a baby.
Yeah, I think
Actually, when I went to see Scream,
Oh yeah, I do remember seeing a
when I
baby
went to see
there.
Scream, there were like infants, like 1 and 2 year olds.
that's Todd's nightmare right there.
Yeah, that's why I hate going to movie theaters.
They were on their phone watching like Peppa Pig, but
See, that
Oh
would drive
shit!
me
Don't
nuts.
tell
I can
Kanye.
zone it out.
Don't fucking tell
Zone it out.
Kanye. He'll be pissed. So yeah. So I guess, what did you guys think of Uncharted? With no spoilers, obviously.
It was a fine little, action romp. Again, comparable to.
Is it
this
like
a genre?
Is it well?
Is it a genre?
Treasure hunting.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of.
treasure genre?
That is genre.
Is it on par? Like, I'm assuming that you and Dom both like indie. And by indie, I mean Indiana Jones movies. Like, is this on par quality wise? Like plot, action, cinematography, or no?
Indiana Jones, the real Indiana Jones movies came out 40 years ago.
Oh, well, yeah, a little over 30, because when was the first one? 82, 83? Okay, so
82
it's
is
pushing
40 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
it's pushing.
yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah, make some concessions.
it's a little different, but
Yeah, is it up there with other like contemporary films that are in that?
it
realm?
follows that same story. I mean, that same like, yeah, I don't know. It's in that same arena, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Mike watches a lot of action movies, which I'm assuming this is mostly an action movie. Is this like is it up there? Is this like if you didn't care about Uncharted, if you didn't care about video games, like, is this a good action movie or no?
It's fine. I wouldn't, I'm not crazy about it or anything, but it was fine. It's a passable, like,
Yeah.
I'm not upset at the whatever $11.
You enjoyed it though?
I would go see Uncharted 2.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
That's a good way. That's a good way to say it. Do they, unless it's like super plot centric, do they say what Nathan Drake's reasoning for doing what he's doing in the movie is, or no? Like,
They do.
Yeah,
Okay.
they do. It's like
it's his lineage,
very
right?
upfront. Well, so I think I know what you're talking about, because like, so basically
The game
in this movie,
establishes
he's got-
lineage at the beginning.
beginning, exactly. So in this movie, he has an older brother, which, as far as I can tell, in the game, does not come into play at all. and the brother briefly mentions like, hey, you know, our parents said that we are descended from Francis Drake. So like they mentioned that in the first, you know, 2 minutes of the film.
Okay, all right. Because earlier when we were talking about, you know, the theme with these types of movies is a lineage thing, and
Yeah.
I know that the game establishes that at the beginning. I don't know if the movie kept that same, you know, thread of character, but
they briefly mention, yes, it's like, hey, you know, our parents said that we're, you know, descended from Francis Drake.
Mm.
Again, there's a brother, which again I don't know is a part of the thing. Maybe that comes up in.
I am almost done with the first game. I don't think I've heard a brother mentioned, but there's.
I want to say
games,
something,
so.
but like, I mean, yeah, like it's.
Yeah, just don't say
you
anything.
know.
Don't say anything. Don't say
Yeah.
anything.
Maybe it happens in game 2. I have no idea.
No, way further down the line.
All right,
Okay.
so Todd did say something. You piece of shit.
Yeah, I have to. Sorry, it's like something that's like, you know.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to my Uncharted playthrough in a second. Let's welcome everyone to the Past Control Podcast, a show where a couple of best friends talk about the latest in video games and nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests. Sometimes we talk about Nathan Drake too much. Either way, we have a new episode for you each and every week. As always, I'm your host, Brenden Groom, and joining me on this lovely Sunday evening, coasting you through this weekend, is the one, the only anime senpai, Mr. Michael One Piece Desir. Mike, how are you doing tonight?
Hold on, Christopher Plummer played John Adams in the National Treasure movies? I need to get to the bottom of this.
I have to steal the Declaration of Independence.
Fighting. Yeah. That's all I got. You keep going through this. I need to find out.
Mike, you should your new thing, Mike. Every time I intro you on the show, should be like a random National Treasure fact. That should be your like, how are you doing, Mike?
Oh, all right. He plays John Adams Gates, who is Nick Cage's character's grandfather. All right, I solved my mystery.
That's a lot of things. We're gonna move on.
Yeah.
Also joining us is the Fortnite father, Mr. Todd Gary. Todd, how are you doing tonight?
Tired.
Oh, I'm fucking
tired.
right there with you. I can barely keep my eyes open.
Seriously.
Rounding us out this evening, the Disney daddy, the Pixar poppy, Dominic 40. Dom, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm trying to figure out where. So the numbers that I'm seeing don't make sense. So I'm trying to put Uncharted into these movies. So Sonic just edged out Detective Pikachu.
The other movie above Uncharted, I think, was one of the Lara Croft, one of the Tomb Raiders.
Really?
Yeah, Lara Croft Tomb Raider is here. I'm just trying to figure out, like...
I mean, you're surprised by that, Todd? It was Angelina Jolie. That's like...
It's too early for it to, like, actually be in this list that I'm looking at. So I'm, like, trying to put it in here, and I can't make the numbers make sense.
Yeah.
I was a huge Tomb Raider person during that time when that movie came out, and I had zero interest in ever seeing that movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've seen any of those movies. I don't know if they're good or not. I might have seen the first one in theaters.
This is a 4-day weekend, which is going to help it out, I believe.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to do well. Again, even if the movie's not good or, like, not great, it's got fucking Tom Holland. It's gonna do pretty well, I think, just based off of him.
The numbers that
interesting.
The numbers I'm looking at right now have it at third already, and it only needs 3 million to pass Detective Pikachu.
Like all time or just opening weekend?
Opening weekend.
Okay.
Yeah. It was interesting to see the Sony logo, this like the PlayStation Studios or whatever thing before a film.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to be seeing that a lot more because that's like Sony's big push going into the next couple of years is going to be the Last of Us show coming out on HBO. They got
it's across the board though. Like we're getting a Fallout show on Amazon. I think we're getting a Bioshock show on Netflix.
I mean, that's kind of this has been
finally.
This has been that teetering moment for a while where I don't know if video game movies are necessarily going to have like their Marvel moment, but I mean, video games are the biggest entertainment industry right now.
They can be handled, I think, really well in TV shows, and I think movies are just kind of tough.
I think certain games can do well in either TV or video game. The problem that always becomes is that, like, you know, you take a comic book, turn it into a movie. You're taking something you're reading that's static and putting it into, you know, motion. Video games have that whole player interaction aspect that you can't duplicate with a movie or a TV show. So, like, it has to be handled in a specific way. Like I don't know if it's ever been officially announced, but like, I guess Fallout would kind of fall into this category. I don't really know if Bioshock has like, does Bioshock have multiple endings or decision-based changes?
No.
Okay.
It's straight up.
But
Story.
Fallout does, and I believe there's.
I think Fallout has like a pretty that ending. I don't think changes.
Okay, but like a lot of the attachment, I would imagine for some people with Fallout is like the ability to make your decisions throughout the game to like impact how certain things happen and stuff. So when you take something like Fallout, make it to a show, I don't think it's been officially announced, but there's been a Mass Effect show rumor forever, and that's like a thing that the Mass Effect. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think 1 and 2 have different endings, but 3 has multiple endings. There's like a you know, quote unquote true ending, but there's a bunch of endings for 3. And obviously the way you play the game, you can play Renegade or Paragon, so you can make, you know, you can be a good person or a bad person. You can change your romance options and stuff. Like, so there's a lot of variables throughout that experience that, you know, cater to each individual player. So when you move that into hey, we're going to make all the decisions, you don't make any decisions, that same character, Commander Shepard, might not resonate. Unless
they make a Bandersnatch style movie show.
Is that gonna really work out too, though? You know what I mean? And that's the whole other thing with
probably not. Yeah. They haven't made anything else since then, right?
Yeah. I think there's a Minecraft show.
Yeah, but weren't they getting in trouble with the people that created? Weren't they in trouble for because choose your own adventure people?
Oh yes, I do remember that. Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, especially with RPGs, there's a whole player creation aspect. So, like, you know, is there a Fallout character that they've hired Walter Goggins to be the lead? Yeah. It's like, does everyone's character look like Walter Goggins and play the game? No. So there's that. I feel like
he's gonna probably be I bet you he's gonna be the bad guy though. Like I would be hard pressed to assume he's gonna be.
But
who knows though.
But yeah, I think Uncharted will have a good run. When you said that Sonic edged out Detective Pikachu, was that just for opening weekend or all time?
All time. So 148 million domestic versus 144 million domestic, I think.
I feel like Detective Pikachu did not have a strong run. It had a really good opening first couple weeks, and then I think it dropped off pretty aggressively, if I remember correctly. I think we talked about it on the podcast when it was happening.
I mean, it had a 54 million opening, and it did 144 million all time. I believe that the thing that I'm looking at is domestic numbers though. So
yeah.
Wait, the rumor is that Walter Goggins is playing a ghoul in Fallout.
Oh, I don't
that's kind of cool.
I think Detective Pikachu also either opened up against a Marvel movie or a Marvel movie came out like 2 weeks later or a week later, and then I think also Incredibles maybe came out very shortly after. It definitely had a lot of other movies lined up very close to its box office run. It's also a really weird pick for like a live action.
Detective Pikachu beat Sonic worldwide.
I mean, I'm not surprised by that. I wouldn't be surprised either way. However, those sales ended up just because A, it's Pokemon, and B, I think the Sonic movie was
Angry Birds. Angry Birds beat Sonic worldwide.
What? That's actually surprising to me. Who was like top billing in the Angry Birds movie?
I feel like they had a lot of people in it.
Anyways, but yeah, I think we're at that point now where
Jason Sudeikis, Josh Gad, Danny McBride, Maya Rudolph.
Go back to the launch of the Xbox One. Like, part of Microsoft's plan back then was to like incorporate entertainment much more heavily into the system, where the Halo show was supposed to be something back then, you know, with Spielberg involved, which I believe Spielberg's still involved now. He's just, I don't think maybe not as heavily, or I don't know what's changed between then and now, but you know, that they've clearly been trying to work towards this as a thing for a while. And, you know, you see Sony kind of doubling down with, again, we got Uncharted, you got The Last of Us show in development. I'm sure we'll see other things from their games and their studios. I would not be surprised if we got a Horizon show at some point or a movie.
It's a Persia beat Sonic worldwide.
What?
Ooh, my boy Jake Gyllenhaal.
That's the Todd's buying all those tickets.
That's that power.
I think Sonic 2 will do really well. I would not be shocked if it ends up being the best. I got to look at Pokemon's numbers, I guess, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's up there as number 1 or 2. People love Idris Elba. They want that sexy echidna. Also, it's funny that Tom Holland's going up against himself in the box office right now. Fucking Tom Holland's hot.
Yeah.
And both Sony movies. Right now. And they're both Sony movies.
What did every other movie he's been in?
Spider-Man was number 3 at the box office this weekend.
What was number 2?
I think it was Dog. Channing Tatum.
Oh, yes.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what any of that is. A couple of housekeeping things, and then we'll roll right into more of this nonsense. This episode of the Pass Control Podcast is sponsored by our good friends at Goodnight Fatty. If you're in the Salem, Massachusetts area or the North Shore of Massachusetts on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday evening, you want yourself something hot, something sweet, something tasty, fresh out of the oven, you can head on down to 1 Washington Square, get yourself a delicious fatty. And if you are unaware of what a fatty is or want to know more, check them out on social media at Goodnight Fatty or go to goodnightfatty.com and educate yourself on these tasty, tasty treats. We're almost at the end of February, and the PTC Movie Club for February was Dom's pick, and it was The Greatest Showman, which I believe is on Disney Plus, right? So if you have not watched The Greatest Showman, we will be recording that next week. So the next episode will be our Greatest Showman episode, and then we are also doing a bonus Movie Club episode, which I don't know if we've talked about if they're going to be separate episodes or not, but we're doing either a bonus episode or an additional part of the Showman episode on the movie The Wiz, which I had a hard time finding. Are there 2 The Wizes? Is there like a more modern version of this as well?
They did it on
with
TV.
Queen Latifah
In Common, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we watched the original one. I'm assuming is the original one.
Yes, not The Wiz Live.
Okay, there you go. Not The Wiz Live. We watched The Wiz. So if you want to hear us talk about either of those films, be sure to watch those before you listen to next week's episode or episodes. Yeah, I think that's all we get. Oh, I guess last week we did a special Pokemon spoiler cast episode. So if you want to hear us talk about Pokemon Legends Arceus, there you go. We had a great group of special guests: Grayson Morales, Odell Harmon Jr., Kenneth Shepard, and Luis Alamia. So definitely check that out if you want to hear a bunch of Pokemon nerds talk about Pokemon. All right, back at it. So yeah, I kind of because of the Uncharted movie, but not really because I don't know when I'll see that movie. If it comes to a streaming service, I'll watch it at some point. But I've been meaning to dip my toes into Uncharted for a while, and I said, fuck it. I'll just try this out, and I started playing it yesterday, and I'm, according to my save file, like 84% done with the game already, so I'm almost at the end. It's not bad. I'll play 2 after. I don't know how much further I'll go after that. You said 2 is your favorite game, Todd, of those games?
Yeah, so 2 is my favorite. It's really close though, because I think 4, I'm a big the combat just comes together so well in 4.
Yeah.
It just feels like it was like fully realized. And everything about the gameplay feels good.
Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Lost Legacy takes place after 4? Or is Lost Legacy in between somewhere?
I believe Lost Legacy takes place after. Don't quote me on that though. And then there's the Golden Abyss one that was on the PS Vita. I don't know where that falls into the mix.
Oh, I'm definitely not playing that.
People love the Lost Legacy, but
oh yeah, can you even play the Golden Abyss one on like PlayStation console, or no? You have to have a Vita.
I don't think so. I think you have to have a Vita.
Interesting. I wonder how
I'm sure the story's canon. I remember hating the controls on it. Like the controls were like really awkward when I remember playing it and not liking it.
But I'm enjoying it. I mean, it is what it is. It's a 2007 game, so it's definitely got its wear in certain places. But I really did not know anything about Uncharted like at all, and I'm a little surprised in good ways about how much I'm kind of enjoying some of the stuff that's going on, and some of the, like, I'm curious to see where this story goes, at least in the first game, and I'm curious to see what 2 is like, just because I hear a lot of people say 2 is the best one. How are you feeling about it, Mike? I know you're a lot earlier in the game than I am. I'm almost done with it, but you're pretty early on.
Yeah, I'm like halfway through it now.
Oh, you played more?
I played some more tonight, so I'm halfway through. I'm at the part where
Power of the movie.
Yeah, Power of the movie. I walked out of that movie. I was like, I don't have to play the game anymore. I've already watched the movie. I'm done. Yeah, I'm halfway through it. Me and that girl are supposed to. I think we're about to ride a jet ski somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. The jet. There's a couple of jet ski parts of the game, and like that was just something I wasn't expecting to be there. And I'm like, this is kind of fun. Like, this is just like, it's like stupid, but it's there, and it's like not bad.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm playing on easy. I'm really just trying to see what the story is.
Honestly, you're better off.
I just want to see what the story is.
I
see what the story is, and
I'm playing it on normal, and there's been a couple of firefights where I'm like, all right, I should have just played this in easy, because the game is fine, but like I'd rather just, like Mike just said, I kind of just want to see the story. I don't need to like go balls to the wall in a 2007 action game. Like, I don't need to keep dying at certain parts. Like, I don't need to be challenged with ducking and covering and shooting. I just want to know what the fuck's going on.
Number one, the game has made it painfully obvious. You're supposed to be covering and taking shots. I'm just like, nah, fuck it. I'm just standing out there with my pistol going, I think I can line this guy's head up.
Yeah.
I think I can line this guy's head up right now. And then
I do like that in this version, like I'm assuming you're playing a collection too, right, Mike?
Yeah.
On the bottom right, it like pop up people in your friends list, and like when I passed early in the game, it was like, oh, I passed Mike on fucking headshots and passed Mike on this. I was like, oh, fuck Mike. I kind of like that. It kept popping up every time, like, oh, you beat this person's headshots. Whenever I see Todd's name pop up, I'm like, fuck Todd.
I didn't realize Bluepoint like remastered that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not bad. It doesn't, like, for a game from 2007, it doesn't feel super old. I actually feel like I think The Last of Us shows a little bit more rust on it than this does.
There were a few QuickTime events that I wasn't prepared for, especially because I still never learned the Xbox controller. So I wouldn't expect it to happen. Oh, yes, PlayStation. I wouldn't expect it to happen. Then in the corner, it would be like, press circle a bunch of times. And I'm like, oh, which one's circle? By that point, I'm already dead.
Mm-hmm.
And, but yeah, it's fine. Again, I'm going through the motions just to see where the story goes.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm not even invested in the story that much. I think I just want to see it end.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm not like super invested in the story, but it's like it's got enough attention of mine that I'm like, yeah, I want to see how this wraps up and see kind of, how it leads to the second game. And if the second game's that good, then yeah, I'll finish the second game too. I mean, I think they're all pretty short. I think the average like runtime according to the internet is like 8 hours. So like that's not a terrible investment. Yeah.
The guy on the beach, by the way, Mike, was who we think it was.
Okay, I figured as much. Like even
there's other stuff. There's other stuff. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm not like in love with Uncharted. I'm like an Uncharted sicko now, but I definitely.
It's one of those things too. I feel like if you played it during the time it came out, you would have been like, "This game's fucking phenomenal." It's because I dived into 2 the other night just to see and I was like, oh man, this game already starts to feel a little dated, even though it's a great game. It's just,
I mean, 2007
very slow.
2007 is a fucking one of those special years in games. You got Uncharted 1, but you got for some people Crysis. I never played it, but some people love that game. The first Bioshock, first Assassin's Creed, Mario Galaxy, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Mass Effect, Portal, The Witcher, Halo 3, Team Fortress 2, Metroid,
the B-movie game.
Yeah, Metroid Prime 3, the first Crackdown, the Orange Box. Oh yeah, the B-movie game. Did you Google it? How did you know that?
Yeah, Yeah. The
Um,
Darkness, dude. I was a huge fan of the Darkness when that game came
I
out.
feel like I
back
remember you talking about that. Tomb Raider Anniversary. I don't know what that is. Is that just a remaster? Or is that
then. Yeah, probably. Oh, Stranglehold. I love that game too. That was the John Woo like Max Payne game.
Phantom
Yeah, that,
Hourglass?
that year is fucking wild, man. That
2007
whole
is a
year.
good year. 2007 is a good year. Skate, Rock, the first Rock Band. Oh my, this just keeps going. This just keeps like
God of War 2.
dropping fucking bangers. Interesting. The Simpsons Game, is that good? What is the Simpsons
I
Game?
don't even know what that is.
Oh,
I have no idea.
Did you
I
guys
feel like
play
I
that?
probably played it too.
PS2, Xbox,
If I,
GameCube. Actually, not GameCube. 360, PS2, Wii.
what is it?
The
The
Simpsons, game?
Isn't that the year that the Simpson movie came out? Didn't they make a game for the movie?
I
yeah,
have
I
no
think the
fucking
movie
idea.
came out around that time. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. So you got some stuff. 2007 is a good year. Yeah, Uncharted's fun. I'm enjoying what I've played so far. I'll definitely,
Mike, I'm sending you another one.
All right.
unless the ending takes a really weird turn and I don't vibe with what's going on, I think I'll.
Strong possibility.
Todd, what the fuck? Todd's over here dropping all these fucking. Does Nathan Drake have a brother? I don't know. You're gonna hate the ending. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I love what happens in the first game. Like love.
I mean, there's already some interesting. I don't want to say anything because I don't think Mike. I can't say. I will text you after, Todd, about what it is because I don't think Mike's gotten to what I'm.
Bro, we already
referencing.
fucking watched the movie. I haven't even played the games and I already know the whole story.
All right.
It's true.
Mark Wahlberg shows up, and says, "Can
Say
I
hi
get
to
a
your mother
coffee?"
for me.
He says, "I don't know. What does Marky Mark say? What is a Funky Bunch song? I have no idea. Good vibrations.
And he's one funky bunch.
Good vibrations. Is that Mark
We like
Wahlberg?
to have fun here. Yes.
Okay. Anyways,
Feel the vibration.
what else is everyone else playing? I didn't really play anything else this week. I've been MIA this week. I've been up to my own devices, and by that I mean just not doing anything. Not even doing that, Mike. Not even fucking doing that. What have you guys been playing besides Fortnite? Anybody? Anything?
Too much shit. Way too much shit.
Played some Fortnite this week.
Oh shit! Did any of it?
I don't think I've touched Pokemon this week. I still need to beat that game.
I haven't touched it in
I
a
recorded
while.
that spoiler cast and I still haven't beat the game. I'm at the end of it. I just haven't sealed the deal.
I'm almost at the end of the game too.
Yeah.
I know that I want to beef up my Pokédex before I finish.
Yeah,
so.
if you wanna get the final ending,
Yeah, I know.
you have to finish your
I know.
Pokédex.
I know.
I think you have to also get all those like
Yes.
purple things too.
Correct.
What about you, Todd? You've been playing. I feel like you've been playing a couple things.
Yeah, I'm playing way too much right now, but it's I'm just bouncing around. I'm still playing Dying Light, which I'm fucking loving. What else? I just started over Disco Elysium, which that game's so fucking good too. I was pretty far in it before, but I forgot everything I did, so I was like, I just gotta start from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Saifu, still fucking going crazy with that. Yeah, just jumping all over the place, and then Elden Ring this week. So,
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting Elden Ring this week.
and I beat Ollie World, just trying to like do challenges and that now.
That's another one I want to play. I'll play that at some point. But
It's
yeah.
fun just to pick up and like,
Yeah.
you know.
Did you get it on
mess around
Xbox
with.
or Switch?
Xbox.
Yeah, all the other world's on my list. But yeah, I keep forgetting Elden Ring is coming out this week. I'm excited for that. Hopefully it's not too
Thursday
hard.
night.
I've
Oh yeah, right. It's definitely gonna be hard.
I've heard some things and seen some things, and I feel like with enough practice, Todd will get through it. I don't think it's
honestly,
as hard
I
as
didn't think I'd get
Sekiro.
through. Well, that's good. I didn't think I'd get through Saifu as fucking like I have so far,
Yeah.
and I'm not even. I'm at the point now where I'm like making it through levels without dying.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I'll mention I did yesterday. Yesterday was like the first time in a while I've played games. The last week I was not really playing much, but I also tried out. Is it Saifu or Sifu? I thought it was Sifu.
I don't fucking know.
I'm pretty sure it's
honestly
Sifu.
I think
don't
it's Sifu.
Yeah, I think it's Sifu. But I played that a little bit, and I can see why people love it. I just don't know if it's going to be a game that I'll go back to. It's interesting. I will say, kind of what Todd said. Once you get the flow of combat down, especially the second level when you're in the club, it does kind of just feel like you're John Wick, like moving around from fucking people up to fucking people up. Like it's fun. It's not bad. I just don't know if it's my jam. So there's that. But I think I'll probably just finish Uncharted this week, and then maybe start 2. But once Elden Ring comes out, I'll probably just transfer my gaming time over to that in Fortnite.
The first Uncharted would be PS3, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, I guess I could break up my PS3.
Bang.
Wait, we forgot to mention that we also.
I don't know if I really want to do that to myself, but
yeah, I
we
don't
also
know.
jumped back into Overwatch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that is worth mentioning, and I thought it was funny that happened as we were coming up on tonight's episode, which is episode 300. We're kind of revisiting our roots a little bit, going back to Overwatch, because if you're a longtime listener of the show, you would know that we used to play a lot of Overwatch, and somehow Overwatch would come up pretty much every week on the show, and then it still came up for a while after too, because Todd hates the game. But Todd forced me to play Overwatch the other day, so then I forced Mike to also get on, and by forced Mike, I just texted Mike and said, "Hey, we're gonna play Overwatch," and he's like, "All right, let's do it." It's fun. Like, it's still fun. I love Overwatch. It's just
I think it just falls back to what we said before, though, that the whole role queue thing is just like, it's just, they got to figure that out.
I mean, at this point, the game's super old, and there's a lot of issues.
No, I mean, like,
if
we go into 2 and you have to wait like 9 minutes to play DPS or shit like that, like, it's just, there has to be a better way.
Mm-hmm. Overwatch Whiskey Wendy's. Yeah, maybe Overwatch Whiskey Wendy's.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Overwatch Whiskey Wednesdays with spicy chicken Wendy's sandwiches. Yeah, I mean, I would listen. I've never uninstalled Overwatch. It has always been on my Xbox. It'll stay on my Xbox. I would be down to dip back into Overwatch at some point as just a fun thing. I don't want to I'm not turning this into, hey, I want to play Overwatch every night and fucking grind rank out. Like, I'm not trying to climb the fucking leaderboards in Overwatch anymore. That's not where we're at. We have evolved past that. Overwatch 2 comes out, a different story. Talk to me then. But
I will say, I don't even get on my mic because I play like 2 matches a day maybe at this point, and it's so funny, people in chat being like, I'm just not even playing this. You see the other team, what they write, which I didn't realize that was the case.
Yeah.
And like, if we're smoking another team, like today we were destroying this team, and this kid's like, my teammates suck. I'm just going AFK. He's like, yeah, I'm not even trying. He's like, after the second, right?
Good thing Todd doesn't have a PC. Oh, like PC Todd would be fucking another level of toxic, I think.
Just get me into Tarkov so I can just fucking fuck with everyone.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd play some more Overwatch, but I don't even know how you.
I mean, I might pop in only because there's some sort of Reaper event about to start.
Oh, okay, Mike. Mike's back on board. Mike's back in, baby. We got the hooks in Mike.
I will pop in. I will find the week. I will find the day that Total Mayhem's on. I'll get my 9.
All right, shoot me a little texty. Just shoot me a little text. Be like, yo, I'm gonna play some TM. Gonna hop in some TM real quick. I'll be like, all right, let me fucking get in. Let me get into some of that.
Is it whiskey Brenden have to play with?
Is it Wednesday?
God help me. God help me if it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd play some more Overwatch. It's fun. But to go back to Todd's point, I don't know how you, like, if I'm playing video games that are not with you guys or other people that I know, I don't fucking join party chat. I don't fucking talk to anyone. I don't, like, I have no interest in talking to strangers on the internet. I'm not trying to, like, I just,
like, if a team's like jiving and like talking, and just I'll join that kind of thing, but I'm not gonna fucking go into chat and say anything.
I can't even do that anymore. I can't, like, I also just tend to not play any type of competitive or ranked anything alone anymore. I used to do that more, back then. I guess back in maybe the heyday of Overwatch, but I feel like one of us was always on with someone else, but except for Todd. Todd doesn't give a fuck. Todd's in there. He's just ready to go. He does not fucking care.
Yeah, my fun dwindled with that game when they did roll queue, basically.
Yeah.
That's like when that's when it started getting super toxic for me.
I think this is just a good little natural segue into the question I was going to ask you guys, since the episode went this way, which is fine. I was kind of just free balling it here, seeing where things went, where the conversation went. So the question I was going to ask everyone is, since we're talking about, Uncharted movie, all the other video game things being movies, TV shows, what are some video games that you would like to see as movies or video games, movies or TV shows? But before we even answer that, I will say I'm surprised that they never did, and especially with the success of other things, including Arcane. If Overwatch 2 doesn't have a TV show or like mini thing, like some of those characters are very interesting, and they do those shorts, and people love those shorts. Like, give us a little, 7-episode thing about Farah or whatever. You know what I mean? Just like give us a little show like that. I feel like it would do very, very well.
I told you, man, after I watched Arcane, I was like, man, if Overwatch just did what they did with they could have something really special too.
They still can. I think they definitely still can, and maybe they are working on something like that, and they're just waiting closer to Overwatch 2 or something, which would make sense.
When did they announce Overwatch 2? Like 3 years ago, and they still haven't shown anything.
Yeah, I mean they've shown stuff. It's just
I don't think it's been that long. 2 years ago,
2 or 3 maybe. I don't remember at this point. It's been a while, but I mean they've shown some stuff. It's just like it's like Splatoon 3. Like, I'll take more Splatoon 3 stuff, but like it's just more Splatoon, which is not bad, but like it's not like the game is changing dramatically. It's just they're tweaking things and changing things and adding new abilities or characters or whatever. But yeah, Overwatch I think would be up there for me. I hesitate to say, like, if they did a Zelda movie or TV show, I would be the first person to watch it. But I hesitate to say that's what I want, because I feel like Microsoft and Sony right now are both making very good attempts at trying to turn their games into movies. And you see other things, like, I didn't watch The Witcher show, but a lot of people seem to like The Witcher show and think it's a good take on that. And granted, The Witcher also is based on folklore or mythology, right? Books,
I think.
But The Witcher, like, a Witcher is a thing. It's like a thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm assuming those books are probably then based off of whatever folklore or
I think for me too, it comes down to who they're getting for these roles and everything. And I think like why The Witcher works so well for people is because Henry Cavill is like a huge Witcher fan, and people know that he's like diehard and like respects the source material. And I don't know, like,
but he's not writing the show.
No, I know, but I'm glad they got. He cares, yeah.
No, that is important, but
and like Bioshock, like, I'm very iffy on Bioshock because I think it's one of the greatest stories and has such great potential to be a show. But apparently, it's a movie, and like Guillermo del Toro was attached to it for so long, and that would have probably been amazing. But I don't know, like, I see a lot of the movies that Netflix turns out, and they're not good. They don't put out that many good movies. There's like
You'd be
one good one
Halloween?
here
Are
and
you
there.
kidding me?
Like The Irishman, I think is like one of the few like really good Netflix movies I've seen. Like, other than that, I can't really even think of anything off the top of my head.
Sapphire Jade in the chat said Overwatch 2 was announced at BlizzCon 2019, so they revealed it in 2019 November.
Wow, so 2.5 years.
Yeah, I mean, I don't for the stuff that is either coming out or we know is coming out, like, for me, Last of Us is, I can't wait. I hope it's good, just because I think the story of both games is really good, but I really like the first game, and I think if the show is good and I can watch the show and get to revisit the story that way without having to play the game again, I'll be very happy. Even if it's different in some way or if they change some stuff or whatever, that's fine. I just like, if the overall story is very similar, I feel like, especially for people who have never played the game, I think it'll be a show that hits real fucking hard for some people. So that's exciting to me. But what about you guys? Any other games that you'd want to see get turned into TV show or movie?
Oh, I know, Cuphead. That'd be great.
I need to watch Cuphead. I haven't watched it yet. Did you
I
watch it
watched
yet,
the
Tom?
first 2 episodes.
No, still haven't watched it. I watched Peacemaker the last few days.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one who watched Cuphead. I don't know if you guys are gonna like it. I don't know. Actually. I honestly don't know. I don't think you're gonna be like, I need to watch that again. I mean, I think Dom probably will like it. I don't know about Brendan and Mike. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I think it's way more geared towards kids, which is fine, obviously.
I mean,
but
I think when they first announced it, I wasn't necessarily a fan of the art style that they showed for like the promotional material. But after
I love the art
after
style.
seeing the trailer for it, now that it's out, I'm like, all right, this looks better in motion than it did in that still image that I wasn't a huge fan of. Just because
I feel like Cuphead and Mugman's voices was pretty jarring at first, but like it grew on me after a while.
Yeah, I think I'll still enjoy it, even if it's like not something I ever watch again. I think it's just enough of what it is for me to be on board with it.
I forgot Wayne Brady's in it.
He's the King Dice,
He's
right?
the devil, I think.
Dice.
Or King Dice, yeah.
And I think Cuphead's voice.
It's only 12, 15-minute episodes.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
sucks.
the episodes are pretty short.
Is it hand animated? Is that why?
2 episodes.
I believe so.
I don't think it is.
Oh, it's not?
I
It
could
doesn't look like it is.
I
It
could have
looks like
sworn I
they're-
remember them saying it was not because hand animation would take too long.
They signed
Yeah,
on
it
for
looks like it
They made
was
12, 14-minute episodes. I don't...
right.
Yeah, it
If
looks
they're,
like it
if
was.
they're only going to make
done
12,
digital.
14-minute episodes, they should have just done it by hand.
They
You see how long it told them to make the game? You know how long it took for us to get
there's
DLC?
You have to do interactions and stuff.
That's true. That's fair. I don't know. I'm not an artist. I don't know. I'm not an animation.
They're locked in for 36 episodes, so they'll probably. I mean,
Wait, are they really?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh. I mean, good for them. I mean, I'm assuming this show is also kind of handled the same way that the game was, where they own Cuphead and they own the rights and they own the creative direction. So, good for Studio MDHR. They're good people from what I understand. So,
Yeah, I want it to do well. So
yeah. What else? Any other things out there?
I don't know. I'd probably like to see a Dead Space game done right. I mean, a movie.
That one's teetering on. I mean, I don't know. Video games are different though, because that I feel like for people to be happy, it'd have to be a horror thing or rated R.
Yeah, no, it would have. Oh, it'd have to be hardcore rated R. Yeah, there's no way.
So like who's gonna pick that up and roll the dice on that? You know what I mean?
Last of Us is gonna be a hard R probably.
Yeah, but it's not like it's different because it's a hard. It's HBO decided to pick it up, so that's
what I'm saying. Like if
one
HBO
thing.
picked up like a Dead Space thing,
Yeah.
that'd be great. Like it all depends on who picks it up.
I think the horror angle is what makes it a little bit like the more horror leaning. Where obviously like Last of Us they're not zombies, they're like freakers or something. Do they have a name? I don't even fucking know.
Clickers, but aren't they? I forget what they're called. I can't remember.
I mean, listen, Last of Us, he deals with some dark shit. Like it's not like it's not fucking all roses over there. There's no roses.
And the idea behind like the zombies in Last of Us is like mold spores, which like seems like way more realistic in like the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I think Overwatch is a good contender. Again, like I said, Zelda for me would be something I feel like wouldn't be done right, but I'd still watch it if it came out. I think it'll be interesting to see how this Mario movie does, because you got Warner Brothers did Detective Pikachu, and now you got Illumination. Is that the name of the studio that's doing?
Yeah,
Mario?
I wish they went with a different studio. I mean, I don't think they're bad. But
I hope the Minions show up.
No, there's no fucking
Imagine.
way. I could see them being like there would be like a reference to like a toy minion somewhere in a scene or something like in the background. I could see that happening.
I just hope the Minions are in the movie. Like there's no like Goombas. They're just like just the Minions.
Oof, that would be rough. That would be rough.
I hope they just ruin it. I just hope it gets ruined.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what that movie does. But at least that shows that like Nintendo's willing to kind of work with different studios, because I don't think Illumination's owned by Warner Brothers, are they?
No.
Who do they
I
belong
don't
to?
know. I don't know, because they're at Universal and they're the same as Harry Potter.
Yeah, they might be Universal thing then.
Interesting.
Might be
So then
Universal's
maybe
animation
they're just working under the Universal umbrella then.
Yeah.
But I mean, Warner Brothers is Lord of the Rings.
NBC Universal.
Is
What?
who Lord of the Rings is Universal too? Then or no?
Lord
No,
of the
they're
Rings
Warner Brothers.
is Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Warner Brothers is under Universal.
No,
Oh well, Warner Brothers
Brothers
did
is-
Detective Pikachu.
Warner Brothers is their, I think, top dog. It's like Warner Brothers, HBO, AT&T. Although I forget if AT&T is still involved anymore. But yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
They're all together.
Regardless, I don't know who would make a Zelda thing, and I don't know who would play Link. I don't know. That's too much.
I think that's good. Like, and I think that could be a mess.
Do you
just
see that
having, like,
being animated, CGI, or live action?
I don't know. I feel like Nintendo would want it to be either animated or CGI. I think it would be
Like-
done best as live action.
Animation.
But if they did it live
Animation, there you
action
go.
and they didn't fucking let that budget be whatever it needed to be, and it looked fucking like cheesy, I don't know. There's like such a small thread that they have to pierce for that to be good, because I feel like it's too easy to fuck that entire thing up. I don't know. A part of me does not want them to make Zelda anything, because just
Yeah,
don't
and
fuck it
then
up.
like the back and forth about like Zelda Link's voice, and like if he talks, is he gonna talk? How does he sound?
I mean, he
Like,
would definitely talk in the show. Or
That's what I'm
movie.
saying, but, like, it's
that
just,
wouldn't
like-
be a question. That would be what they do.
it could be jarring, just if they don't get it right, like,
Yeah. I mean, the other unfortunate thing is they'd probably make him sound maybe British-ish, which that would not work for me at all. That would
good
that
day,
would hurt.
mate.
That
Like
would
that.
hurt. Yeah, I don't know what else I'd want to see like top of the list though. Like
A Metroid show would be good.
Metro would be good. I feel like there have been fan petitions for that. I think Brie Larson has said she would play Samus, which I'd be fine with. But I also think maybe give someone else a shot too.
Yeah, I guess what else?
But that could be good too. That I think a Metroid show could be good.
An Animal Crossing cartoon could be easily done.
I think there is an anime. I don't know if
Is
I don't know if there's a English dub, but I think there is an anime.
Pokemon would be a pretty good cartoon series.
Yeah, yeah, they should get on that. I mean, I would like to see more live action Pokemon stuff. I liked Detective Pikachu. I'd like to see them like continue to do movies in that like realistic Pokemon looking art style, and just do other angles to Pokemon. Like, it doesn't even need to be about like insert trainer and they're trying to be like that Pokemon master. It could just be fucking just give me a cool story like set in that world where Pokemon exist.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I don't
What
think it's
else?
gonna happen, but I mean, you never know. Are they supposed to make a Detective Pikachu sequel? I don't think so. They're making a sequel to the game. I don't know if they're making a movie sequel.
I don't
I
remember.
forget how to end. Oh, wait, no, I remember how it ended.
It ended with Ryan Reynolds, didn't it?
Yeah, like he was.
Yeah.
His dad came back. Is that what it was? Ryan Reynolds
He
was
was
his dad,
the dad.
He
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
dead.
but he was gone, right? Wasn't he missing?
He was dead, quote unquote,
Yeah,
wasn't he? Like,
He was
Oh,
missing.
is that what the detective case was about? He was trying to figure out what happened to his dad.
he
I don't know
was
if I remember the
wasn't
movie.
He was like in Pikachu, and that's why Pikachu could talk. The father's like
Yeah,
soul
but
or
the
whatever.
mystery, I think the mystery was what happened to his dad, which then
when,
led
it's, when
them
the car
to,
crash happened. Yeah,
which led them to
right?
Bill Nye and that whole thing. And then once they solved the mystery and like Mewtwo was a good guy, we're spoiling the movie, by the way. Sorry, people who didn't watch it.
Yeah, I think that's
I don't
okay,
know,
though.
8 years ago.
I
forget
feel
when it
like
came out.
anyone who saw that movie would have saw it by now.
Anyone who saw the movie also forgot what the plot is, like we did.
Right. I think I know more
You,
than
you
anyone.
also said 8 years ago. The film came out in 2019.
You think I have a concept of time anymore?
You know,
Come, I've been in my room for the last like 2 years. I don't know what's going on anymore.
What did we say the top grossing film was? Sonic?
no, you said it was Pikachu.
No, I said
Oh,
I knew
Worldwide, you're right.
I knew Tomb Raider was one of the top 4 video game movies, but I don't remember.
Detective
I don't know what was
Pikachu.
actually number one.
Detective Pikachu is. Oh, now I have to look at this up because Apparently, Warcraft is in the top like 3 too.
Oh, I mean, that's one of the
I've
highest
been
played games.
I've been meaning to watch that.
I don't think that movie
Yeah,
was good though.
It
I
was
don't know.
what's it
I,
called?
I
It
think
was,
I think I think Wang enjoyed it though for what it
it was
was.
a director. It was a director who did Moon. Like I feel like they had like good people behind it.
Oh yeah,
but-
Duncan Jones.
I don't know what
Yeah,
any of that means.
that makes
Those are
sense.
words that just
Moon.
exist.
Yeah.
Remember Moon? Remember that movie I made you
Moon.
watch, and you're like, you know what?
You didn't make me watch it, but you and Zates tried to get me to watch that fucking a lot of times, and I never did. Never did.
Duncan Jones is David Bowie's son. Anyway.
Oh,
yeah,
Duncan,
Moon's good.
Idaho. I love that guy.
Duncan Idaho.
Brendan
My
also didn't
man.
like Dune, by the way. Brendan did not like
It
Dune.
was fine.
And I
It,
knew
it
he-
was too fucking long, and they
No,
didn't fucking do
love
anything.
Dune. I love Dune, but I could see why people didn't like it because it was all world
Listen,
building. And
listen.
Not like a lot of like.
Dune 2 is gonna fucking slap. Dune 1, the origin of the sand, I'm good.
Yeah, you had to build that world, you know. Like you just had to. Most people would never have the opportunity to even make a movie like that either. So I'm kind of glad they did that in some ways, just because it sets
Okay,
up.
we're
such
getting
like
Bro, you can build a world without making a fucking boring movie.
I don't
you-
think it was
you-
boring
we're
at
getting
all.
just
Like I was
Go
not
ahead.
bored at it.
We get it.
during
You
that
liked
movie.
fucking
enjoyed
the
it.
guy in the fucking pool of black goo fucking
I do.
grunting.
He's
You
awesome.
fucking
Faz-
weirdo.
what's his name? Not Fassbender. What's his? He's
no
got all-
Skarsgård. I don't remember.
Skarsgård,
I don't remember
yeah.
which Skarsgård it was. I don't remember which
The father.
Skarsgård it was.
Whatever.
Um,
Kellen Skarsgård, I think, or something like that.
We're getting way off topic, but the entire time through Boba Fett, they're like, "Yeah, we gotta, we're moving the spice." I'm like, "So when's House of Atreides gonna show up, huh? When's
Not to get
Hurricanes
Since you brought
gonna
up
show up?"
Boba Fett, like I keep on seeing videos because I haven't watched it yet of when the dude does that spin and does the shot, and it's like the funniest thing ever. Like I don't know why they thought that was a good idea.
Does
or
the spin
anything.
and does the shot?
Yeah, it's
Like-
because of the director. The director, it's like his style of
Yeah, but
One of the mods,
Cinematography.
one of
you
like
can
the
do
mod
that. You
kids.
can do that style and like actually make it make sense. But the guy was already pointing
send
his gun,
you-
but then he did like a spin.
is it not a Robert
I don't
Rodriguez?
remember
It's
that.
like it's a Robert Rodriguez like
show you.
signature move.
Wait, Robert Rodriguez directed episodes in that?
That episode, yes.
Yeah.
That's
It
why
makes
like
sense,
everyone
but
that's
Robert
like shitting
Rodriguez
on that
also-
specific scene, I see everyone else like, oh, so clearly you've just never seen a Robert Rodriguez like
I've seen a
directed
lot
thing.
of Robert Rodriguez, but he's
I
kind of
love
corny.
Spy
Like some of
Kids.
his,
I love
some of
Spy
his-
Kids 1 and maybe 2.
honestly, Desperado's probably in my top 20 favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fucking-
It's
And
apparently
that has a lot
an,
of spinning.
it's an apparently like not only just an ode to his style of directing because he directed the episode, I'm pretty sure, but it's also like I think an homage to like Mexican cinematography. So I don't know.
Spinning?
I have no that specific style of an action scene is what the conversation is. I don't know. The Boba Fett show was not good.
King Kong Rancor. It was fine. It wasn't
The
bad.
the last two episodes were
It
good.
was fine.
The rest of it was whatever.
It was fine.
It was, my favorite parts were obviously the Mandalorian episodes, which were
Yeah,
Whoa,
exactly.
He's in it? Wait, he's
All right, hold on. I don't want to have to put spoilers on this, but like a banta, fucking the show's not good. It's just not
Wait, the
good.
Mando's in more than one episode though?
Yeah, he's in. It just becomes Mandalorian season 3 at some point.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Now I want to watch it then.
Yeah, that's I told you to just watch it, or just watch the last couple episodes, and you'll get the
Fennec in
gist.
Is
It's
Fennec good in it?
it's not. Yeah, I like Fennec. It's not bad. It's just like if you were to go back a few years and say, hey, you're gonna get a Boba Fett show and a Mandalorian show, and the Mandalorian show is gonna be way fucking better than the Boba Fett show is ever gonna be, I would be confused. I don't know. I think I'm at the point when it comes to Star Wars overall, I'm fine with
You're finally realizing it's not that good.
no, I'm ready and excited for them to just tell
Move on.
new characters. Like Mando's fucking great. Yes, he's tied to a lot of legacy Star Wars stuff, but like I would argue a majority of Mando is not focused around at least other characters that exist. I don't know. I mean, Dom probably has more opinions on this type of stuff too, but are you at the same point, Dom, where we're more excited to see them move past being stuck in
I just want them
legacy
to
stuff?
finish. I just want them to finish the stories that they keep starting.
Like
They keep starting stories and then telling and then just veering off. And the best example is the Book of Boba Fett, where they started a story about Boba Fett trying to become daimyo, and the guild taking over. I can't remember the guild off the top of my head for some reason right now.
Begin with a K, right? The Pikes.
The Pikes.
Wait,
Yeah.
what was the question?
Yeah. Yes, the Pike Guild comes and like wants to take over Tatooine, and then it's like, all right, we're just gonna switch over to Mando now. Like, we're not really gonna finish this story. We're like, yeah, there's a big Pike battle at the end, but I mean, that they never finished the story. Like,
yeah, are we supposed to?
They don't tell us why Boba wants to take over Tatooine. They don't like it. There's just, I don't know. I guess this is like spoilery, but
yeah,
it's like they started an interesting story and then just like they're like, yeah, we're done telling this story. We don't want to finish it.
Yeah.
Here's Mando.
Yeah, pretty much. Todd, I'm not joking. I'm pretty sure. Is it 6 episodes long?
6 episodes.
Like, it's 7 or 8.
I'm
like
pretty
7
sure.
I think it's 6.
I'm pretty sure episode 5, Boba's not even in it. I'm pretty sure.
There is an episode where Boba is in it as like a cameo.
Which is fine. Again, I was very happy when it turned to that.
He's sitting in each chair and the camera passes over him. That is the extent of him in one of the episodes.
Yeah. Which again, for my interest, was totally fine because that was a good episode. And I cared about what was going on with Mando. It honestly, it made me want to go back and rewatch Mando.
What story is Mando telling?
I don't know. He's not really telling a story. It's just a fun fucking ride. It's just a fun fucking ride.
And what good did the Book of Boba Fett do the Mandalorian story? It just undid season 2.
Yeah.
It undid the end of season 2, I guess.
I mean,
it was 7 episodes.
It was 7 episodes. Okay. But still, so it undid the end of season 2.
Yeah.
Doesn't that just undo the entirety of season 2? Because the whole season was him building to that end.
Yeah.
I guess if we want to go, if you want to go into it, we can go into it. I don't think we're gonna go into it today, but yeah, I can see the point.
So what is the Star Wars problem? Do you think Star Wars has a problem right now, Dom? You're the most versed in this because you consume the most Star Wars.
Problem. I mean,
there's too many hands on. I think there's too many hands on deck. It
seems like they're back to we don't have a plan. Like
but that's been going on for so long now. It's like
we like where this is going, so we're just gonna keep going with this. But there's no overarching plan. Like it feels like they used to do. Like, all right, here's our storyboard. Here's where we want to get. Like the MCU is the perfect example. This is phase 1. Here's where we need to get, and these are the movies that we're gonna do it to get there.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like Star Wars is like, all right, this is where we want to get, and these are the things we're going to do to get there. And then they do a movie, and they're like, oh, I like the way that went, so let's do this instead. And
look, a dog.
There's no down here anymore. It's like, we're just going to do this.
Well, like
we're gonna do Mandalorian, and then and that did well, so we're gonna do Mandalorian season 2. Oh, that did well, and people like Boba Fett. All right, let's do Book of Boba Fett. People aren't really liking Book of Boba Fett. Let's go back to the Mandalorian.
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, they'd already watched. They already made the whole show.
It's already been filmed, but like,
I think I don't know. It is like you look at all this stuff. You got. I don't know where Bad Batch takes place. Where does that take place timeline-wise?
Order 66. It's
so in the past.
It's the end of. Well, what is the past at this point?
So I guess that's what I'm trying to say is like I feel like
technically Mandalorian takes place in the past.
All of these shows are taking place
a long time ago in a galaxy far away.
But they're all still
all of it takes place.
But they are still all taking place like within confined time spaces that we've already seen movies bookend.
Besides the books and rumored one of the shows is going to take place in the High Republic.
So like I understand it's tough to walk away from familiar characters and storylines and plots and planets and all this shit, but like, tell us.
I mean, the planets are the planets. I mean, it's whatever at this point. But
I just don't get why they just don't, especially with, all of the people involved right now that seem capable to tell Star Wars stories, but they're just taking place in sections of a timeline that ultimately there's only so much they can do within the confines of that time without changing or retconning things that happen after.
They're already retconning things that they just made. So it's like they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You're right, they do need to like start getting away from what they've already done.
Yeah.
But the easiest way to do that is, like you said, they started telling stories that take place outside of the galaxy that we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
So go out there.
Yeah. Like I'm assuming this character is from other Star Wars material. The
Black
fucking
K.
Huh?
Yeah. Santa, Black K.
Santa?
The Wookiee.
Oh,
Santa.
Wookiee.
no. Well, I wasn't gonna say him, but that's another example. The blue
the guy
guy.
that I was talking about the other day.
I forget his name. Cad Bane?
Poe Dameron, or whatever his name is.
Fuck up. What's the
Cad
blue
Bane
guy?
is also Cad Bane is also he's from Clone Wars.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I have no idea who the fuck that character is. 'Cause I never watched Clone Wars. Give me more shit like that. Like, do something fucking else.
To some people, that character reveal was probably huge.
Yeah. Like
and I have no idea
when that character shows up in that episode, I'm like, okay, I'm fucking on board with this show now. Like, I'm on board with where this show is going. Give me more shit like this.
But the idea of that is we're going to show you Cad Bane, and now you're interested in Cad Bane, so now you'll go back and watch Clone Wars.
Which is fine too. I don't hate that idea, but also at the same point, like, I don't know, you have the ability to create whatever the fuck you want in this universe. You don't have to be bound to the stuff that already exists. Go past where things are.
Okay, I see what you're saying. You need to be careful because you've said that what you've created is canon. So you are bound to what you've already created.
Yeah, no, I get that part. I'm just saying, like, you can go past.
They don't seem to share that opinion, but
do any of the movies or shows take place after the last trilogy? No, correct?
After the Rise of
Skywalker saga, yeah.
No.
So, like, why is it so... Is there anything planned that we know of that's supposed to take place after that?
I don't know. I keep hearing people rumor that there's going to be a retcon of that trilogy, and that there's going to be a Rey and Kylo offspring, and and Finn's going to be trained as a Jedi.
Listen,
I don't know. There's a lot of rumors online.
Listen,
there's a lot of rumors online.
I like that trilogy for what it is. I enjoy those films. I really like Last Jedi. I like a lot of the characters in those movies. I'm fine with how they exist, how they are. If they find reasons to bring Rey or Kylo or Poe or any of these people back, I'll be okay with it.
The biggest mistake they made out of all that. I think that like he was the
strongest.
I think he was the strongest character out of everyone.
I don't disagree, but his arc made sense to end the way it did.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But I
don't disagree with you. Like, he was probably the strongest character, and he had the most character growth. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
there was only one conclusion to that,
like, I like a lot of those characters, and I'd be happy to have more of them. But if they're gonna revisit any of that shit, like, they clearly leave Rey's story open to be like, Rey could come back at some point. She still exists. She's not dead. She has a orange lightsaber. I forget.
Yellow.
But, like, if they're going to, quote-unquote retcon anything or do anything different, the one thing that I think most people can agree on is, like, yeah, make fucking Finn a Jedi. I'll watch a spin-off show of Finn or a movie of Finn being a Jedi. I'll fucking eat that up.
Why don't you just train him?
Supposed to get
He's obviously Force-sensitive.
Yeah.
Weren't we supposed to get a Lando show? A Lando with that girl to look for her dad or something?
We were supposed to.
I don't need that.
We were supposed to. We were supposed to get things.
I will say, I didn't.
Again,
I didn't.
They don't know what they're doing. They don't know where they're going. So,
but I mean, look at the pipeline. Like Obi-Wan's the next thing, and people are going to eat that up. But it's like, this is a story that we know how that character. Like, you can only go so far with that. It's like the same thing with the Solo movie. Like, I actually liked the Solo movie for what it was. I like the
Solo movie too.
Solo movie opened a new storyline
with.
And it's not closed.
Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn is open. It's happening in the comics.
It also brought back Darth Maul, didn't it?
I mean,
was already
in
back.
the movies.
Yeah.
In the movies, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, you opened that storyline, and I was interested. I mean, there's a group of fans that want them to make Solo 2 online that are still calling for Solo 2 online.
Yeah.
But they just stopped because it didn't make the money that they wanted.
I even think I probably said this on the podcast during the time of the movie. Like, it's hard for me to look at, I forget the actor's name, look at his face and not like try to in my head be like it.
Aldrin Ehrenreich?
Yeah, so it is something like that. Yeah.
But
Alden Ehrenreich?
the guy who played Han.
Yeah, like he doesn't clearly look
What
like
else is he
Harrison.
in?
I forget. He doesn't look like
Wasn't he
Harrison
in-
Ford.
Not the producers,
but
not
I-
the producers, but
He
Hail
got the
Caesar.
mannerisms
Was
down,
he in-
I think.
Yeah, I
was he
think
in
the
Hail
mannerisms
Caesar?
down.
I
By
feel
the end
like
of the movie, he was Han.
yes.
By the end of the movie, he was
he
Han.
does a good job of playing Han. He just obviously doesn't look like him. And I think Donald Glover did the same thing. He clearly doesn't look like fucking whatever why can't I think of Lando's name?
Billy D. Williams.
Billy D. Williams. He doesn't look like
So-
Billy D, but I think he played a good Lando.
The thing with that movie is that at the beginning of the movie, Han was not Han. Han becomes Han by the end of the movie. At
Yes.
the beginning of that movie, Lando was Lando. Lando is always just Lando.
And he was fucking good at it too.
Yeah.
That movie got fucked over. That
Who
movie
was
got
the
fucked
female
over, though.
character in that?
Yeah.
She was good too.
Who?
Emilia Clarke?
Yeah.
Amelia
No,
Clarke.
was it Amelia Clarke?
Yeah.
Oh,
Amelia Clarke
I'm
was
thinking of fucking
Kara.
Rogue One.
That movie got
Generous.
fucked over too, though.
Yeah,
the Han
generous,
Solo
yeah.
movie, because the original directors wanted to
Yeah.
be more like campy, and they fired those directors, and then Ron Howard came in. And,
Yeah, and tried to fix it all. Yeah.
and I expected
Yeah.
that movie to be a dumpster fire from like, and
I
I,
liked it.
ended up liking it. Same,
Yeah.
like
I liked it for what
just
it
by
was.
hearing. Yeah,
But that kind of goes back to the same thing. I like it's fine if they want to do anthology films or series or like revisit stories that they never got to show somewhere either on a screen or maybe they were comics and they wanted to make them into, live action. That stuff is fine and can exist too, but I feel like that's just where Star Wars exists right now. And especially with Disney Plus, where they have the ability to make shows in limited series, I don't know. I feel like we should be getting something else outside of the same characters that we all know.
I mean, it's kind of what they're doing right now with the shows. They're bringing their cartoons.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
life.
I don't know anything about Ahsoka's character because I never watched the previous things with them, but I'm excited for more of that character
because they're doing that right.
Yeah. Yes,
I mean,
Ahsoka popping up in these shows, I think, is
and-
very, very well done.
I think the thing with Mando, Ahsoka, I feel like there was another. Oh, well, I guess they canceled that show. But, anyways, the Jon Favreau Star Wars. It seems like it has a direction. It seems like Favreau and Filoni have a direction of where these shows are going. It just, like, I don't know what the Book of Boba Fett was for. It didn't tell anything to advance that story.
Yeah. Like Boba Fett's story specifically, no, but I would argue without getting into spoilers, the
10 minutes of them on that planet that undid the end of Mando season 2.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like the future of whatever Filoni and Favreau are trying to work towards has to do with that other character. Or where is Ahsoka?
The legacy character or the
No.
non-legacy character?
The not legacy character. The Ahsoka is from Rebels.
Ahsoka is from
Clone
Clone
Wars.
Wars. She was in Rebels as well, but she is from Clone Wars.
Clone Wars takes place before the events
Clone
of
Wars
these
takes
shows.
place during the Clone Wars.
So this stuff, yeah. So Clone Wars takes place before Mando and Boba Fett.
Yeah, it takes place during episode. It takes place in between episode 1 and episode 2.
Okay, what I'm trying to get at is
episode
No, between 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
well, yeah. What I'm trying to get at is that outside of what we've previously known from Ahsoka can live past where things are.
What?
Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Mandalorian Ahsoka, she is for what we know, alive and can live past these shows, is what I'm trying to say. Because I'm not familiar with the Clone Wars show.
It doesn't matter because Book of Boba Fett
and
takes
Rebels
place
both.
after.
That is what I was asking.
Clone Wars and Rebels both take place in the past of.
I understand. I
Yes.
did not know that, and that's what I was trying to clarify, because I don't know if, let's just say she died in that show, whatever.
Isn't she in love with like Darth Vader's
Her-
younger self? Okay.
Clone Wars takes place during the Clone Wars, during episode 2 and episode 3.
Two.
Rebels takes place before episode 4. Like, literally, the end of
Is she in Rebels?
Rebels is... Yes.
So does she
But-
die in that show?
Book of
Mando
Boba Fett
takes place after episode 6.
Episode 6. It takes place after Return of the Jedi.
Listen, all I'm trying to say is, for what we know of Ahsoka's character, she can live past Mandalorian.
They
past,
can do whatever they want. They
yes,
can do whatever
that
they
is
want
what I'm
with
trying to
Ahsoka
say.
at this
So,
point.
like, what I'm trying to say is, the future of the Filoni Favreau thing is either her character or Grogu, is what I'm assuming.
Or
Mando.
Ron, or Ezra, or Mando, or... Yeah.
But those things
These are
haven't
all-
been, those
these are
other
all
things,
original
but those
characters
other
that don't-
things haven't existed in
Who's
the
Ezra?
show, these shows yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who's Ezra?
But that's what I'm
He's
saying.
He is from Rebels.
What I'm saying
Yeah,
is,
just so we're-
it seems
Oh,
like
is that
they're
the bald
working.
dude?
They're working towards their characters.
See what? Filoni is...
Working towards their
That's-
characters.
Filoni's was a co-director on the episode that you were referencing.
Me?
Yes,
Yeah.
the one with Grogu and Ahsoka and
Okay. All right.
and just so we're clear, Book of Boba Fett takes place between episodes 6 and 7. I just want to make that clear for Brenden. Like, yes, you can do whatever you want with Ahsoka Tano, because as far as we're concerned,
That's
she outlives the original
Yes,
trilogy.
that is all.
I mean, the
I'm
original-
that is all
yeah.
I'm trying to get to. Is that, like, I needed to make sure that character didn't exist somewhere else and died. That's what I was trying to.
Wait, was
Understand.
Ezra born on Empire Day? Is that that character?
The fuck is Todd talking about?
Todd
He's
is busy Googling things.
he's got to be on Google, but
Yeah.
yes,
No,
he's
I've watched,
right.
I've watched all the cartoons. I've watched. All
Oh, did you?
all the-
Yeah.
You watched all the
I don't believe that
cartoons?
he watched all of Rebels.
I did.
Did
I
you
didn't
watch all
the
of
Bad,
Rebels?
I didn't watch the Bad Batch. I only watched
Okay.
the other two, the ones that were before that.
What?
TikTok got me to fucking watch them all because I was watching like I got spoiled by like that. What we were talking about yesterday, like the Ben and Maul fight.
Oh yeah.
I was
That's
like,
true.
fuck.
That's true. That's true. Todd did bring up a battle from Rebels yesterday.
Oh yeah, he
Interesting.
did.
You know what? I kind of remember Todd in the
I
past
tried to
saying
make
he
I
watched
tried to
these
make
shows.
Liam watch it. I tried to make Liam watch it, but I
You
still
don't like
can't
it?
get him into Star Wars.
No?
I don't know. I bet you I could now because it's been like a year and a half probably since I tried to own him.
I feel like Rebels is more geared towards kids. The story is like really good, but I feel like the show as a whole is geared towards kids.
Anyways, that's what I meant to. Dumb. Does the fucking droid from?
BD, there is a BD unit,
But it's not the same droid.
Mando. In Book of Boba Fett. It's a BD unit.
Okay, they've never shown up in the TV or movies, right?
I think that was the
No,
first time.
that was the first time in
Did that droid
Live
exist
action.
before the game?
I think it was made for the game, but it has showed they have had BD units in the comics.
Okay. I was really when that showed up, I was like, wait, is that the fucking droid from that game? What the fuck is the name of the game? Why can't I think of the name of the game?
Law and Order.
Law and
Law and
Order.
Order.
Yeah.
Hot take, but I think that if Rain Johnson filmed all three movies, I think we'd appreciate the second one a lot more. I think that
I think if they
I
was
think
fully involved.
I think if any director filmed all three
Yeah.
of them, or
Yeah.
if they got
No.
three
I
were on the
don't
same
like
plan,
it.
or
I
It-
don't like what's his name.
No, J.J. Abrams.
J.J.
Abrams.
But it doesn't even need to be that because it's the same thing with the original trilogy, and it's also the same thing with the fucking Marvel universe. They just clearly don't have a fucking plan. They just don't have a plan. Or even if they do have a plan, at some point, the people that are in charge of shows or movies are deciding to veer from that plan, and no one is fucking checking that person. No one is like, well, actually, maybe this doesn't work that way or whatever, because Marvel Universe has plenty of fucking different directors, plenty of different actors, plenty of different people writing scripts, and that shit's pretty, I don't want to say bulletproof. I'm sure if you really wanted to poke some holes, you might be able to, but like,
Yeah.
it's pretty solid across the board.
At some point, Peter Parker's age doesn't make sense, but no, it's true.
Yeah.
And if you take his age in Homecoming versus his age, I forget how it worked, but there was something where his age doesn't
Is it
make
because
sense.
he got snapped though?
I forgot about that.
No, it has something to do with when Avengers took place versus when Homecoming takes place. I forget.
I mean, that one's probably just
There are plot holes that you
Yeah.
can find, but
the Spider-Man one is probably though like it exists that way because they probably didn't think they were going to ever be able to get Spider-Man in the MCU, and then they had to figure out it's going to be. I don't know. With the multiverse now, it doesn't fucking matter. I was going to say before, it was more complicated how they're going to introduce the X-Men, but now they can do whatever the fuck they want. So,
X-Men.
any other games anyone wants to see as a movie or a TV show? Because we ended up talking for Star Wars for 40 minutes.
Yeah,
Which is fine.
I was thinking about it because
Actually, I have one more. Ironically, after Mike.
Yeah, I was thinking about it in like a lot of the games I end up playing are either already TV shows or movies or based on other things like, oh yeah, Batman's already a fucking thing. Oh yeah, Persona 5, that only is a fucking thing. Control would work.
Yeah,
Control would be good. I could see that being good.
is there an Alan Wake anything?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
That would be an interesting.
That could also work.
I feel like as a series or as like a even if it's just like tales from that universe.
Yeah.
If they did like a anthology series and it's just like stories from that universe, that would be pretty cool.
I like, even if something already exists, you could still want, like, the Persona anime is just a retelling of the game, right, Mike?
Yeah, and I hear it's not very good, but I don't remember why it's not very good.
I mean, so you wanted a fucking good one. You want a new one. You want a live action. I don't fucking know. What did you want, Todd?
I was gonna say, going back to Star Wars, give me a Star Killer fucking movie. Give me a fucking
Unleashed.
Give me the Force Unleashed. Give me the Force Unleashed.
Give me that shit. Like, he's a fucking badass. Like, I would love to.
I mean,
see him
I could see them revisiting that character because the games aren't canon anymore, right?
They're not canon, right?
But
like,
but they could still turn that. They could like redo it and turn it into a canon story.
They can't do it the way that it exists, but they could. With some tweaks, they could make Star Killer a thing in the future or in the past. I just don't know exactly how they could make it work. But they could make Star Killer work at some point.
Yeah. Or
they could just do a non-canon TV show.
Mm-hmm.
They did it with Visions.
You know what they could do? I don't know if this is necessarily something that I want, but I feel like it would be something that would make sense, and it could leverage a lot of built-in fans for a few different reasons. But like, if they made a good, even if it was animated, if they made a good like Kingdom Hearts show on Disney Plus,
that'd be dope.
That could work, because you could you could just pull in people who want to see animated Disney stuff. Obviously, pull in Kingdom Hearts fans.
It would be huge for the game, and it would be huge.
Yeah, I think that's like I never thought about that until just now.
Yeah.
That seems like a slam dunk missed opportunity that they're not taking advantage of.
I feel like they don't use Sora or something. That like I feel like there's a reason that they don't use Sora.
It could just be a thing where, like, I was gonna say Nintendo. It could be a thing where Disney doesn't want to, like,
they don't want to share money. They don't want to share profits. That's likely what it is.
I don't even think they have to do that with that though, because I think they own the Kingdom Hearts property.
I think it's shared, isn't it?
I don't know, but
I want to say Sora is like a shared property.
Yeah. I don't know. It would be interesting. It seems like a slam dunk. Don't like just tell the fucking same story, turn it into a TV show, collect money. I feel like it's very, very easy to do there. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I guess Zelda's probably top of my list still, even though I think it would not be good. Mass Effect would also be another one I'd love to see turned into something good, but I also don't have faith in that being done properly.
I think Mass Effect could be done really well if it was on HBO Max in a show. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It
Like,
would
like
definitely have to.
it
I'm not
needs the
saying
budget for that.
yeah,
It needs a good budget.
it needs a good budget, and I'm not saying it has to be like, over the top, like dirty or sexualized, but like you gotta, like, that has to be a show that has no restraints. Like, it has to be able to do what it needs to do and tell the story it needs to tell. And that's something too that, like, do it based off of the first 3 games. And then, if it does well and it catches people's interest, you can tell way more spin-off stories in that universe. Like, it's just such a good universe that they could, could really tell good sci-fi stories in if they wanted to. And then the other thing too is, like, there's plenty of anime and obviously, some live action stuff, but like, give me a good Street Fighter movie.
I don't see that being a thing because everyone
nope.
Everyone thought the Mortal Kombat movie was going to be dope and it was going to be so. But like, how do you make that into a good movie?
Give me either a good.
I mean, the Mortal Kombat movie was fine. To be fair, the Mortal Kombat movie was fine.
Give me a good Street Fighter movie, or give me a good live action Street Fighter show that is around some of Street Fighter's comedic characters. Give me a fucking Cobra Kai with Street Fighter. Give me a Dan Hibiki fucking led. He's got a fucking dojo. It's got like some of the ragtag groups from fucking Street Fighter there.
If they made Street Fighter the way they made Bloodsport, and it was like a tournament like that, and it was like a TV show, I think they have something that they could work with there. But like, other than that, I don't know. Like, I don't think a movie would. I don't think movies work for those.
It's tough. It needs to, like, I mean, there's plenty of good storylines and plots and characters in Street Fighter. Like, it's full of good storylines and plots. I just feel like a lot of the movies focus around, like, it's gonna have these like cool fight. Like, you gotta have good choreographed fights, but like, the anime does it way better than any of the movies that I've seen have ever done for Street Fighter. It's like, those have really cool animated fights, but I don't know. Tell me a good Street Fighter story. Anyways, any other games before we move into what's in the box?
What's in the box?
All right, let me pull up the score for a little score update. If you're just tuning in to the show for the first time, welcome to episode 300. But also, we end every episode with a segment we like to call "What's in the Box," where I pull 3 games off my shelf. I read the back of the box. The panel has to guess what the game is based on what I read. Whoever gets it first gets the point. The scores for 2022 the current standings are: Dom and Todd tied in first with 6 points. Mike right behind them in third place with 4 points. Last week we had a bunch of guests, so we have some guests on the board.
Did you do it?
Yeah. Ken Shepard, friend of the show, has got 2 points, and Odell
what games did you pick?
Harmon Jr. 1 point.
Bunch of Pokemon games.
That's what I figured. Okay, it was Pokemon games.
Yeah. And then I got 1 stump, but again, I'm not trying to get stumps. So without further ado, the first game for what's in the box.
No.
For all 3 of these titles, first, you need to give me the full title.
300, the video game.
Got him. Escape to Paradise. Dom's working. He's got something cooking.
Is it Uncharted Drake's Legacy?
No. Also, Todd's Googling shit right now. What the fuck you doing over there? You cheating?
Oh no, I'm not. No, I'm doing something else, but no.
Fucking honor system over here.
I'm looking at Star Wars things right now.
Todd's about to get his fucking.
I was looking at pictures of food.
Todd's about to get his fucking points wiped off the board. Take a trip to a tropical resort with new sports and new ways to play.
Oh, it's Wii Sports Resort.
Is that a sequel to Wii Sports?
Yeah, it's a sequel.
Yeah. Okay. But it was any good? I never even played it.
Yeah, it's got some good games on there.
Are you excited for Switch Sports or whatever the fuck?
That's why I pulled this game today.
Did you play it over the weekend?
No, I don't know if it's still going on. I do have a code for it, but I didn't play it. Game number 2. An evil wind is rising.
That sounds familiar.
Legend has it, whenever evil has appeared, a hero named Blank has risen to defeat it.
Wind Waker.
Oh,
Oh fuck, Mike!
okay. It
I'm
doesn't
gonna,
matter. It's fine.
I'm
It's
gonna
fine.
give
It's
Mike the
fine.
full title
Wait,
for
how
that.
did you know that though?
Evil Wind. I don't fucking know.
Oh, Wind. I didn't even
When I
know
said it,
yeah,
when I
Wind,
said it out loud, I was like, "Ooh, maybe this is too easy."
I was gonna go to the storm.
I was gonna say what's it called?
Where Ganon's a storm. Yeah, whatever.
I thought it was Breath
3DS?
of the Wild for a second.
Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild.
Oh.
That's what I
Wasn't
thought.
he a
too.
storm? Yeah.
The final game.
A hero named, I don't know, Link.
A hero named.
Will you cross the line?
That's it.
30. Yeah, that's it. 38 playable characters. Robust online features, including online co-op. Unprecedented customization.
Soul Calibur 4. Soul
No.
Calibur 3.
No.
Tekken Tag.
No.
Wait, what numbers did he say? Soul Calibur 6. Soul Calibur 5.
No. The
Yeah,
ultimate
Right. I just happens to me every time. That happens to me every time.
I just want to make sure we got them all.
the ultimate tag team matchup between the greatest blank of
Tekken
all
vs Street
time.
Fighter.
Nope.
Tekken
It'd be
Tag.
Street Fighter versus Tekken, by the way.
Street Fighter
We
versus
never made
Tekken.
Tekken versus Street Fighter.
Mike got it.
Oh, that's bullshit. I don't know. That's a little iffy.
I
The
mean,
name of the game is actually Street Fighter X Tekken.
That's true.
what do we want to do? Todd said
No,
Todd
I don't- no, I
Todd
don't-
said
it
a
doesn't matter to
game
me.
that was supposed to come out and never came out. Mike said the correct
True.
game. They were supposed
It's
to make
true.
both games.
They were supposed to be two separate games.
Wait, what did Mike say?
Mike said Street Fighter
Said
versus Tekken, which is this
And I
game,
said Tekken versus Street Fighter.
which is a different
Yeah.
game.
Isn't that
It
the
was
same
supposed
fucking
to-
thing?
No, they
No, one was
no,
supposed to be in
this-
the Street Fighter
this is
style,
like
and
Street
one's supposed
Fighter.
to be in the.
The other one's
Oh,
supposed to be
the
like
one's supposed to be
Tekken.
in the Tekken.
So what are we doing? I
You're
mean,
welcome.
technically, Todd did not say the right game.
True.
If Tekken versus Street Fighter was never supposed to be a
Wasn't
thing,
supposed to be a
I would
real
have given
game,
it to
I
you.
know.
But
I know.
See, I didn't even know that was supposed to be a thing either.
it's
I
a
just-
weird
I was thinking-
technicality. We'll do a fourth game for that. We'll do a fourth game.
Okay.
I'm still gonna give Mike that point, but we'll do a fourth game.
Mike, did you catch up to me yet?
I'm
heard
not keeping track. I'm barely playing this game.
Right now, Dom barely playing this game. This motherfucker got 2 points this week. Dom is in has 7. Mike and Todd are tied with 6.
I was very confused because I thought I dropped to 7th somehow. Dom is in 7th. Wait, how?
Oh, you know what you did. You were doping.
I gotta find
using
it.
illegal drugs.
I gotta find a good one. Hold on.
I already know what he's gonna pick right now. You guys ready for this? I'm gonna guess it right away.
I'm just looking at the shelf. What shelf he's picking from?
I don't think he
My
owns
branch
any
feels-
Uncharted. He doesn't own any Uncharted games.
He's on a three.
His wife
He's on the.
uses-
He's on the 360 shelf, anyways.
Okay, yeah.
This is why he keeps his light so dark, so we can't see.
Oh,
Part
he
of me
might.
wants to just guess a
He
game
might
right
be
now.
going to the Nintendo shelf. He's on the Nintendo shelf now. He's just trying to make
How
it
do you
look
see
like
this?
he's not.
His whole fucking screen's just darkness on my end.
Just focus on him. Maximize it. We're not streaming this to anybody. We can look at whatever.
I don't think he's
anything
on the
we want.
Switch shelf. I think right now he's on either Wii U or 360. I just can't see exactly what shelf he's on.
He's fine
He
the
did
one
take- he
book
did
he
take his-
owns.
He did take his headphones off, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, he's a little bitch. He took him off, right, Brendan?
He's already picked up the game. He's just trying to make it. He's just putting.
He's
it
on. He's on. It's Wii U.
Alright.
Or
Since I,
3DS.
since I
It might
know
be
that
3DS.
since I know that you guys were trying to figure out what shelf I was pulling from, I purposely pulled a bunch of different games from different shelves, so you don't know what I pulled. And also, it's episode 300, so fuck it, we're doing 4 more games.
Do it.
All right.
Do it.
All right,
Trying to get those stumps.
next game.
Brendan's hungry for stumps. Brendan's a
I-
big stump.
In the
nut.
world.
I will say, I'm trying to keep mental note of games that I've pulled. If I pull a game that we've already done and someone gets it immediately, it does not count.
Balance one world.
Fuck. Someone gets the game before I read any words. They get triple points. No, stop. No. Game number 4. Earth is ours no more. A 1,000 years from now, machines roam the land, and mankind is no longer the dominant species.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, Near Automata.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say. Oh,
Talk
yikes! Wait, you own that?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
I own too many games.
I own it too. I have not looked at the back of the box.
Game number 5.
I would have never expected you to pick that because I thought, like, when I bought the collector's edition, I thought you just took it from me on PlayStation. I didn't know you actually had the game itself.
It's still sealed.
No, it is.
An unrivaled clash of explosive proportions.
Bomberman R.
That's a good guess. No. A 2v2 tag battle.
Tekken vs. Street Fighter. Street Fighter vs. No, I'm just kidding.
Tekken Tag Tournament. Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought he was right. He's like moved his hand.
He started moving.
Yeah.
2D blowout in the tag team crossover that dreams are made of.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
No.
That's not.
Build a dream team from across 4 unique universes and take on all comers.
Open wide.
The collision is inevitable. The impact will be unavoidable.
No blanks
Should
either,
be
right?
obvious.
I know. I feel like it should be.
2D. 2v2.
Cross 4 universes.
Across 4 universes.
I'm pretty sure this is a launch copy of the game. Since then, they have added more universes via DLC. That's an extra hint.
2v2.
I can say what the announcer says before a battle starts, but that might be too much of a giveaway.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle.
Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle 2.
I just got it. How did me saying I was gonna say that give it away to you, Mike?
What were you gonna say?
No, I
Can't
like,
escape from
forgot
crossing
those-
fate.
I wouldn't have known, but I like for some reason at that very moment I pictured Guilty Gear, and that triggered my mind to go to Blaze Blue.
Yeah, but how do you even know that name? You don't even fucking play any of these games.
I think I own Blaze Blue.
Yeah, he
I
might
think
own
I think I bought one of those games.
Listen. I just want to say we get 2 more games in the week for episode 300, and right now
Yeah,
it's a 3-way tie. 7 points. Mike just fucking clawed his way up today. Clawed his fucking way up. All right. That's devil horns. We'll save that for last. No one's gonna get that one. If anyone gets that one,
I'm not trying to get stops or anything, but nobody's gonna get.
If anyone gets the last one, they get 2 points if they get the last one. Weird and wonderful blank are everywhere.
Yokai Watch. Yokai Watch 2.
What the fuck?
I was already thinking about Yokai Watch when I was talking about the Pokemon cartoon already.
Huh?
There you go.
Was that the one that you said no one was gonna get?
No. But Dom just said,
anyone get it?
I'm first place, motherfuckers.
I haven't heard of
Last one. You guys need the full title.
Bug Snacks.
Sounds Wonderworld.
Like, what?
I don't know.
There's a lot of blanks.
I know. I'm gonna. The first read through, we'll have more blanks, and then we'll slowly fill them in. Blank takes blank to a whole new dimension.
Ooh, okay.
Traditional and brand new modes. New ways to manipulate blank. Battle up to 7 friends using one game card, or go online to take on the rest of the world.
Is that it?
Yes.
Or is there more lines?
No one's gonna get this. You might get
Yeah, go ahead.
You might get part of the title, but I don't think anyone's gonna get the full title of this game.
Yeah, so in my mind, I'm picturing there was that Kirby game where I think you could play against multiple people with one game cartridge, but I don't know the name of that game. That's all I got.
Kirby. He's already shaking his head, so I'm just gonna stop.
It's not a Kirby game. I'll just stop this. It's not a Kirby game.
Kirby's Air Ride.
Damn, I feel like I should already pull another game. No one's gonna get this.
Wait, that's it?
What other games that you could play?
He said Devil Horns. He says, I'm going to read it once through with a bunch of blanks, so you guys are not going to get it. And then he's like, yeah, I'm just going to give up.
Nintendo 3DS takes blank to a whole new dimension. Traditional and brand new modes. New ways to manipulate blank.
Manipulate what?
Blank.
Blank. Good old blank.
Battle up to 7 friends using one game card, or go online to take on the rest of the world.
Why would I fight 7 other people in one game?
I don't know, Mike. Why would
you? 3DS, so I'm never gonna get it.
Again, you will potentially get to part of the title, but I don't think anyone's gonna pull out this full title.
The full title.
What was the? I don't even remember if it was a 3DS game. What was the Metroid game where it wasn't a Metroid game?
Fusion something?
Fusion something. The one
Fusion
that
Fighters.
Not Fusion Fighters.
There was one that
it is 2 Fs. It is Metroid FF, but it is not Fusion Fighters. Metroid Fusion
is it the right game?
It's not the right game. Metroid Fusion is a Game Boy Advance Metroid game.
There was a Metroid game that came. Did it come with the 3DS? Because I feel like I have this game, but I don't remember why I have this game.
You don't have the game in my hand, Mike. Or you might have the game in my hand, but it's not that Metroid game. That was Metroid Prime Hunters, which was a multiplayer-only 3DS shooter.
That's the game I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other game is Metroid Prime Federation Force, which is...
Federation Force was actually the game that I was thinking of.
Yes. Yeah. Nintendo 3DS takes blank to a whole new dimension.
Whole new dimension.
Yeah,
so this
3DS.
used to be a 2D game, so now it's got a third dimension.
Traditional and brand new modes. New ways to manipulate blank.
Probably in a third dimension.
Battle up to 7 friends using one game card to go online and take on the rest of the world.
Oh. You said it wasn't a Kirby game, right?
Is it Mario versus Donkey Kong, whatever that game was where it was nonsense?
Nope.
Is it a Zelda game?
No.
I like how he's just accepted. We're just like broad stroking at this point.
Broad stroking. Is this a video game?
Some of the modes include Marathon, Fever.
Wait, there's more to the back?
Jigsaw, AR Climber.
Oh, this is definitely Miitopia.
No.
Jigsaw.
No, it's the
AR Climber.
It's those AR cards that came with the game, that came with the console.
That's why AR codes were involved in Miitopia, weren't they?
No. I don't think so. I don't remember that being a thing, but maybe.
Marathon, Jigsaw.
You said it's not a Kirby game, right?
Correct. This series does not have a character in Super Smash Brothers.
Okay, that rules out like 1,000 series, so that's good. Halo 2.
My man.
Is it based off an anime?
No.
AR Climber. That does sound familiar for some reason. Marathon Jigsaw AR Climber.
All right, we throwing in the towel, boys.
Probably. Oh! Wait a second. Is this that game? Is this that game that was like Metopia, but it was like an RPG kind of thing where you could like have like, what is it called? I don't know the name. I'll never get this.
I don't know. I don't think I know what you're talking about, and I'll just say no because it's not an
Is it like
RPG,
not an RPG? But
and it doesn't have Mii's in it.
No, I'm not trying to say it as. Fuck. I feel like you bought this game too, and I was like, "Why are you buying this game?"
Oh, Tomagachi Life. I forget the name of the game is.
Tomodachi Life is when you have Mii's and you live in a house.
Yeah.
Is that maybe that's what I was thinking?
All right.
Maybe that's what it was.
I'm really aggravated because I went to go pull another game off my shelf to replace this game, and that is the game that I just pulled, Mike. So this will have to be used another time.
Wait, so you didn't, that wasn't the game?
No.
But it might get it right.
No one's gonna get this. I thought you would have at least got with the
Jigsaw.
with the
Is it a Bomberman game?
Nope.
Marathon Jigsaw AR Climber. I feel like I remember those modes.
Yeah, I mean, Marathon Fever probably in every version of this game.
Yeah, it's probably Dr. Mario, but I don't know what. But Dr. Mario's in the game. Never mind.
Yeah,
what was the other
Did
one?
you say Dr. Mario? Oh yeah, Dr. Mario is in Smash. It's not Dr. Mario.
Oh wait, is it Marathon Fever? So it's Tetris. It's Tetris, right?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, Tetris World Fever. I don't remember what the 3DS version was.
Oh, there's a couple of 3DS games.
Yeah. It's fucking Tetris.
Or it's Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
It's not. Sonic's in the game.
Yeah, but Dr. Robotnik is not.
True.
I don't want to end on a stump.
I think you are.
Tetris World Tour.
No.
It's fantasy in the title.
No. All right, are we getting a stump here? And I'm pulling one more game.
I don't want to get stumps, but
I mean, I don't think anyone's getting this. Is it time to be revealed?
No, I'm not getting it.
Tetris Axis.
Yeah, I'm not. I was not getting that.
What?
Listen, I said it was Devil Horns. All right, I'm gonna pull one more, and that's final. If it's a stump, it's a stump.
I think he's on his PlayStation shelf. Oh, now he's grabbing more than one game.
He's got his headphones on still, so
Yeah, I'm also just I'm pulling multiple games, so you don't know what shelf I'm coming from. But I do have the game that I am going to say. So, final game of the evening.
Among Us.
among us.
You are the god's last hope, and you do need the full title.
Pit's Uprising.
I already got that game. I got.
Todd also already got the game, and that game is not called Pit's Uprising, Mike.
Whatever. I don't give a shit, man. Pit sucks.
It's called Kid Icarus Uprising.
I like
Play
Pitts
as blank, a new winged demigod on a quest to save the blank blank and their home from a dark curse.
Phoenix Uprising.
So,
Immortals Phoenix Uprising?
you both said part of it at the same time. But Todd, you did not say the full title of the game.
It's Immortals and then Phoenix
Uprising.
Is it Phoenix Uprising? Yeah.
Wait, so he didn't even say Phoenix Uprising, did he?
No, he said
Immortals, which is the actual name of the game.
But
Yeah.
you said Phoenix Rising, right? Or you had to say the whole thing.
Yeah.
So he didn't say. Is it Uprising or it's Rising?
Phoenix Rising.
Is it Rising? Yeah,
Fun
so I
fact.
said the actual title.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said Uprising. I was like, wait,
No.
another trash game.
You gotta be more confident in the things you're saying.
I still.
Yeah, I mean,
never
I would never play that game. So
I mean, I didn't play it. Doesn't mean I didn't buy it.
I have it as well. I just still haven't played it.
That ends the week.
I've heard it's good.
Dom at 9, Todd at 7, Mike at 7.
Don't forget my 3 points for saying Tomagotchi Life Force.
I mean, Mike,
That's
I'm gonna give you a bracket 1 point on the side just because, and I'm gonna write Tomodachi Life because that's some fucking wizardry that you did. I don't know why you said that game.
I'll be honest, I don't know either.
It's very bizarre.
Wait, don't I have an extra point from something?
You do have a bracket point. I don't know what it's from though, but you do have a bracket point. So you're technically 10. And Todd's got his max fucking pain fake points.
yeah, so I'm technically 10 too.
Yeah, probably tied.
Yeah, exactly. But that'll pretty much do it for this week's episode 300 of the Pass Control podcast. I don't know. Follow us on social media. Subscribe to the show. Leave us a review. Give us your money. I don't care. Do any of those things. At Pass Controller, passcontroller.io. You can follow me at BGroom. You can follow Mike at _MycoPath. You can follow Todd at Toddy_by_nature. You can follow Dom at PTC_one little spark. And until next time.